I think this team is mature beyond their years. They've shown that in the past, so I think they'll be ready when they step into arenas and they'll be prepared. But I think what they're going to get from other teams is going to be different. Every single team in the NBA is going to be gunning for you. Every single night you walk in, that is going to be the other team, the opposing team's championship game that particular night. I just remember defending our championship, and there was so many games that we were down in the fourth quarter against teams that weren't as good as us, that didn't have the talent that we had, didn't have the experience that we had. But there were so many games that in the fourth quarter, we had to pull those games out down the stretch. I mean, I specifically remember being down 27 points going into the fourth quarter against Cleveland and having to come back and pull that game out. Every single night, you're going to get every team's best effort. So for me, I think that's going to help them in the long run because they will be battle tested throughout the whole season going into the playoffs. Hopefully they can stay healthy. But starting out the season, everybody's going to give their maximum effort when OKC comes to town.
Really is going to be the proverbial target on the back for the reigning champions if they want to go back-to-back for sure, no matter what they do.
Look, I'm not worried about them at all. I feel like when I was around them this year, they reminded me a lot of those Warriors in 2015, where they went and won a title and then they won 73 games the next year. If this OKC team is young, they are still getting better. But last year, I know they avoided major injuries outside of Ted Holmgren, and that was one of the reasons they won 68 games. But I think they can win more games. I think David Alexander led the league in scoring last year. He also would have led the league if you just counted his first 3 quarters. Okay, up until the last week of the season, then that fell off a little bit. But that's makes that him. But he's still getting better. Ted Holmgren's still getting better. Jada still has a higher ceiling. This team, they're still young, they're hungry, they're not even as good as they're going to be, and they already won 68 games. Nothing would surprise me in terms of them in the regular season because they don't even play that many minutes. They averaged 34 minutes a game last year. Their starting five averaged about 30 minutes a game. That's the middle of the... They're so deep. Yeah, it doesn't have to be Shea Harris for every night.
Yeah, I agree. Mark Spears' biggest challenge for OKC.
I don't know if there was an NBA team that drank less champagne and beer.
They didn't know how to open the bottle.
They didn't. And they didn't like the beer. They did not like the taste of beer.
I don't either.
Of course, on the other side, yeah.
I'm a wine guy, Phil Jackson, stuff like
Not a bit. It's
that.
not just you.
But do they have a hangover, right? Like, when they come back to Oklahoma City, are they feeling themselves? I'm a champ now. People might have assistants suddenly helping them that they didn't have before. Doors are open that weren't open before. As UD said, that target is on your back. There was not a team I thought in the NBA last season that loved each other, had better camaraderie, put their arms around each other more, was less selfish than this team, right? And it all starts with SGA. I think he's going to make sure it's right. He's a quiet leader. He'll get everybody on the same page. But they had a shorter off season, getting that ring. I mean, you can't help but feel yourself a little bit. So let's see how they come back to Oklahoma City.
It'll be interesting to see for sure. Some over-under, where I give you a team and you use the highest level of technical device. The game is nice. A board with an arrow to tell us how many games a team will win. Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right. You've got 24 seconds on the shot clock for each question. Okay. Holding the ball. Let's get right to it. Starting in the Mecca, coming off a 51 season last year. Will their total be over or under 53.5 for the season?
Okay.
Okay. All right. So over. What do we think?
I just think they're and they're together. It's like, and they're healthy right now. And so 51 wins last year, and now you have 2 or 3 of the teams that were in front of you, or that were better than you last year, Boston, right? And obviously they lost to the major injuries, so I'm gonna take them over.
New coach Mike Brown.
New coach, added some shooters. There'll be also some camaraderie with the guys that are starting coming back. I think Mike's going to do a great job there. Yeah. They better. They got to.
You do you like over or under for the Knicks?
I'm going to go over with that one. I'm not worried about the Knicks in the regular season. My concern is about the playoffs and the 30-game series. You get to hone in on the weaknesses. That's what I'm worried about for the Knicks. It ain't about the regular season when you're stopping in for one night and you beat. That's not what I'm worried about. So I got 53 games.
All right, next up, Minnesota. The Timberwolves posted 49 wins last year. Finish over or under 50.5 this season?
That's a tough one. This one, they were in 16 last year, remember? And they were a little, Nicky Armstrong once two and Randall came back.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say
Mark Spears? Just because of the Western World. But I have a like that.
It's push, like up and
It's
down.
about right. It's about right. Okay.
Like, I guess, okay. They'll be like 61. I think they'll barely be over.
It's the West. A lot of people got better.
And then we got Julius Randle at a training camp. So still have to.
He's not coming off the shoulder.
Yeah.
UD. People.
This one is tough.
I know.
The Western Conference is really tough.
I need to shoot. Oh my God. That's perfect.
Do it.
Mark.
Only because I want to believe in Ant-Man. Only because I want to believe in Ant-Man, I'm going to go because I want to believe in Ant-Man.
He is definitely one of the most fun guys to watch in the league. Okay.
Charge pretty much anything. Crazy battery. Like, blink and your battery's full. Only thing is...
Let's move on to the Clippers, a.k.a. the Unction, who made some moves this offseason. They hit 50 wins last year, but with a 47.5 line this season. Are you taking the over or the under? Yeah. Oh, they made a lot of moves. Ooh. All right, Ramona's got over.
I'm going over.
Spears has got.
So they got 50 last year, right?
Yeah.
So this is less than what they got last year. I think they got better. So they're going to miss Jordan Powell. He carried them in a lot of games where they had injuries, or Kawhi wasn't playing, but James Harden plays Turner every night, and he's generally pretty healthy. I like the moves they've made. I know they're old, and they're going to have guys in and out of the lineup, but they also got deep.
They did get deep, and I mean, you talk about James Harden. This is the playoffs, okay? So yeah, you're right. During the regular season, it's only the game 7. Mark Spears over, okay?
I'm going to go over because of what you said, yeah. I think that helps that team a lot.
You need.
I'm going to go over. I'm with everybody on the panel. We all agree.
Yeah.
For one.
All right, now we're going to led by Cade Cunningham. The Pistons tallied 44 wins this season ago. So over or under 45.5 this year. I think they're very well coached by JB Bickerstaff. I think it could be really interesting in the East. Over, under, 45.5. Over. All right, Ramona's going over. Mark Spears.
I'm going to go over because I think they're going to eat the East.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
UD.
I'm going over for these Thundercats. I'm a big fan of Detroit and what they've been able to build, their grit, their connection, their toughness. I'm a huge fan of Cade Cunningham. As you all know, Bam is one of the best defenders in the league. They got the switch on Bam. We love the matchup with Bam against anybody, and Cade Cunningham games in for the money. Wow. This is the real deal.
That's a great point. All right, well, the Celtics won the 61 wins last season. Will be without Jason Tatum this year. This season's line is 43.5. So, for the Boston Celtics, over or under 43.5 wins, 2025-2026 NBA season.
Ooh, we were pretty quick with this one.
I was going to say, Ramona, this one everybody knows. Ramona have it up quickly. Under.
I think they'll make sure they get under that.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
It's a really good draft next
Good
year.
draft class. You need?
What's your line? I don't want to use the word tank because obviously I understand.
But you did use it.
I don't want to use the word tank, but what I will say is we're going to be very cautious about what we put out there this year and make sure that we keep our team together, we keep guys healthy, and 2 years from now we can get the team back. It's going to look more like a
Very good draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, let's move on to, in case you missed it, a promising step forward for Tyrese Halliburton. Literally, the Pacers star posted to social media yesterday, showing he is out of the walking boot. He is back in sneakers. I think works his way back from that torn Achilles he suffered in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Yeah, for sure. Here's head coach Nick Nurse on where things stand with his all back in sneakers as he works his way back from that torn Achilles he suffered in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that was quick. What you trying to say?
Sure. I don't think all of this is positive. I know he's working very, very hard. And I think things look good. Whether he's ready for training camp or not, I think there's maybe a lot more decisions than that to make before we get there. But our main thing is that he's healthy to play and play to his capabilities because he's awesome. No doubt about that. He is. When he's on the floor, anytime he's out there, we get a chance to win, which is amazing. And we just want to make sure he's getting healthy.
So the 76 76ers will be one of the teams with the most back-to-back games next season. That's key with Joel Embiid's availability. The 2023 MVP has not played a back-to-back game since early 2024, so we know he's probably not going to play in back-to-back games again. And Ramona, I want to go to you on this because Nick Nurse, one of my favorite things about him is he's kind of the eternal optimist, right? So he always sounds very positive. But what say you about this Philadelphia 76ers team? It seems like it's always about health with that.
By the way, you want to know what their record was last year? 2-13. Not good. Look, I think Nick Nurse is managing expectations there. I think everybody's been waiting to see what Joel Embiid is going to look like after he took that long layoff and then has a surgery and coming back. There was a big long article by ESPN about a month ago where he talked about everything he's been through in his life and his career. And we're at that point now where you don't need to talk anymore. You just need to see it. You just see him out there, and I think Nick Nurse is giving him some space in order to get back on the court whenever that may be, whether it's the start of training camp, whether it's the middle of it. But I'll say this. All the videos I see, all the word I get out of Philly is that Tyrese Maxey and McCain and the younger guys, the BJ Excombe, they've all been in the gym all summer long. And these guys, Embiid, Paul George, missed a lot of time last year. That young group, they may not wait. They may not be able to wait.
They might go the youth movement route, as they say. So when you take inventory of the situation, Mark, what direction should Philly go?
If I'm Nick Nurse, you got to lean on who's there. You know, I just spent a lot of time over the last 2 months with Greg Oden, and when you see people that their bodies have failed them, sadly can't count on them, even though they're extremely talented. Such is the case, unfortunately, with the Trump, such is the case with people, unfortunately. So what do, Nick Nurse? You lean on your cards. You have a wealth of guards. And I'm going to just rattle them off. Maxey, a healthy McCain, a re-sign grind, Rookie of the Year candidate, I'm going to call it now, BJ Edcombe, Eric Gordon is back, Kyle Lowry, and don't forget starter Kelly Oubre. There's a riches of guards to go there, go to 3-guard lineup. I think that's their best bet to be competitive.
No one told me about propane. And all it takes is a 1.8 million BTU propane for. I've been avoiding seeing this rock hard because no one wants to get on their hands and knees. And we have animals, so we don't want to use chemicals. And then I said, well, this point, so here's before and after, and I'm through this whole thing. It took me about 10 minutes. It's honestly so fast and satisfying, and then it disrupts the refill and kills me with their button. These ones are so annoying along my routine now, so it's so hard to get through. And plus, it's much less coil disruption, which prevents the heat from coming to the surface and recycling. One pass you could obliterate shallow and so satisfying. I don't know what people else do. Miami traded forward Haywood Highsmith to the Brooklyn Nets, a move that gets to keep under the tax line for this coming season and create roster flexibility. The Heat are also...
You didn't know, huh?
We're telling our guy the news about his team. The Heat are also going to get a second-round pick in 2032 to Brooklyn, which is assuming a conditional second-round pick in next year's draft. Miami, with Highsmith injured, Miami now has to open roster spots. Well, this summer has seen plenty of moves in free agency with plenty of players getting paid. But there are still some notable players available. Several restricted free agents are still waiting to get a deal done, including the Warriors' Jonathan Kuminga. We have talked and heard a lot about this. For more on Kuminga, our Warriors reporter Anthony Slater joins us now on NBA Today. Anthony, where do these negotiations stand now that we are halfway through August?
Well, there's been renewed conversations between the two sides. There's dialogue, but as you all know, talking doesn't necessarily equal movement. You know, they've shared contract concepts and opinions about the whole thing, between each other this last week, dating back to last weekend. But, Kuminga that he's a building block, not just a trade asset. The word I've heard from the Kuminga side is Colin. He doesn't want to sign this 2-year, $45 million deal with a team option where he is clearly just being used to be traded mid-season. That's not something he wants to sign up for. Now, if you're talking about a 3-year deal, if you're talking about something with a player option that shows him a little bit more commitment, that's something he'd be interested in. But as of now, the Warriors have been hesitant to do that. And because of that, Kuminga is signaling to those around him that he's very willing and prefers the qualifying offer over the 2-year, $45 million deal. And that's dangerous for the Warriors. They can try to call his bluff, but right now, it seems to be trending towards the qualifying offer.
Well, it's not just that this situation is happening with Kuminga, it's that it's halting any other off-season moves that the Warriors can make. So what's their plan to fill out the rest of that roster?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same name we've all been talking about for, 6 weeks now,
right.
7 weeks.
Yes.
Al Horford, he's clearly ticketed to be their starting center if that gets wrapped up. Anthony Melton is a name that they like. Seth Curry. Their second-round pick, Will Richard, is a guy expected to potentially be on their roster. Gary Payton II. But again, as you mentioned, they are all waiting for Kuminga. But from my understanding, from what I've heard, they're aware of the situation. They're aware of the complexities, and they're comfortable in this holding pattern because training camp is still a while away. But I will say August is a lot easier for people to just be like, okay, we'll get to you when we get to you. September is where it can start to get a little bit more uncomfortable in this entire situation. And that's where I don't know if there'll be movement or a little bit more angst on the Warriors or Kuminga side, but September is where this could get a little bit, dicier.
So here's the basic question. What do you think happens next?
Yeah, again, unless the Warriors are willing to up their offer or reopen sign and trade conversations, which they've shut down to this point, people can question whether Jonathan Kuminga will willingly not take $14 million more, and take the 2-year, $45 million deal. But you talk to people around him, and he's pretty dug in. Like, if this is going to be the best offer, if 2 for 45 with the team option is going to be the best offer, he will see them in training camp on a $7.9 million expiring qualifying offer, which includes a no-trade clause, because he wants either to be viewed as more of a building block, or he wants his freedom, his control of his future. And the qualifying offer, while less money, gives him control of his future.
Yeah, somebody's going to have to give. Thank you so much, Anthony, for the information. I'm sure we'll be seeing you again here soon. The Warriors have had a tough stretch to start the season as they're on the road for 12 of their first 18 games. That's the most road games in the NBA for the first month of the season, but that didn't stop Steph. When asked if they could win a championship, here he is with ABC's Larry Beal.
Can 3 guys over the age of 35 really contend for a championship?
We'll find out. I think we can. There's a level of know-how. I think what we did last year, the last third of the season after the trade deadline, when we were top 3 in the league, both offense, defense, all the metrics that show we were a really good team. Obviously, we have to stay healthy to get to the regular season at a high level. But I like the identity that we have and the foundation of knowing how to play together, toward the end of last season that we can hopefully translate to this year. So I know we're going to get that question asked a lot because of the age, and this is something that you haven't really seen before, but that's the beautiful challenge of this game.
This is a custom seat gapster for your car, suitable for almost all models. Fit perfectly with the original car gap. Can create extra storage space for your phone, credit card, keys, and coins. Filled with high-quality, environmentally friendly materials. Comfortable and not easy to deform. Personalized logo is more fashionable.
So the lack of moves don't seem to bother Steph. He seems incredibly confident in the Warriors' ability to win yet another championship. Mark, is this situation something? Is it nothing? Is it everything, considering the fact that the Warriors have nine players on their roster right now?
I'm going to say everything, and maybe I'm too close to it because I live in the Bay Area and I can't go anywhere there without somebody asking me about JK and what's going to happen. I mean, you got several people just waiting to get their deal done, several people waiting to get settled, waiting on JK. I'm hearing Dunleavy's talking to his agent on a regular basis, and, somebody's going to blink, and ultimately I feel like the Warriors going to have to blink to get it done. Doesn't make sense to sign him to a 7.9 one-year deal because you need the asset, and I think JK and his people know that. But also, JK's made $24 million in his career so far. It's a lot of money to turn down. There's a line in the movie Boomerang where he say, "Take the money, fool." I think ultimately he's going to have to take the money, not call him a fool, but take the money, and like Paul George, you can figure out the rest later. But if somebody trades for him, they trade for him because they want him.
Yeah, and that hasn't happened yet. I mean, they've had great offers for Flamingo over the years, and they could have had Alex Caruso on their team a couple of years ago if they would have been willing to part with Jonathan Kuminga. The thing that's hard for me, I think it's nothing because I think he's going to be on the Warriors, and the only question is how much are they paying him? I think there's an easy solution here, which is that the Warriors give him an extra year. It'll be like a 2+1 where he has a little more control over Spritz, a little more guaranteed money. And I do think the Warriors see him as somebody who's, if he wants to call it a building block, I don't know if I would call it that, but somebody they want. That's not going to help them, but they didn't really use him that much once they traded for Jimmy Butler. It was sort of Jimmy or Kuminga, and they went 23-7 when they traded for Jimmy towards the end of the year. So I think that's right. I think they can contend.
So Ramona, you say it's nothing, Mark says everything. You don't have one. You say it?
I'm not going to overreact, but I think it's a little bit. I'm going to say this right now. I've been to the Jimmy Butler's heart. You have the IQ of the Draymond Green, and you have the greatness of Steph Curry. You got a chance on any given night against any team in this league. But what you don't have is the youth and athleticism that Jonathan Kuminga possesses. So if they use a guy like that, if there's not Jonathan Kuminga, then another guy that can get switch on the night, that can guard multiple positions, and that can get up and down the floor and go vertically from time to time. They need a guy like that. So if it's not Kuminga, then they need another guy like that. But I'm just trying to say that. Try to make this situation work, but I'm looking around, I'm looking at the Chicago Bulls, and I'm looking at the Warriors, I'm saying, Josh Giddey looks like a guy that could fit Drados and Golden State, and I think Kuminga looks like a guy that in Chicago. I just read an article just a little while ago where Josh Giddey's father said that there was interest from Golden State in Kuminga, but OKC took him at 6, and he said that Golden State was taking my 7. So I'm just saying, this might be a solution. I'm no GM, this might be a bit my pay grade guy, but this might be a solution to some people's problems. You're in the front office.
Look, I think most teams looking for a deal that's more like around 20. I do think that you make a very good point. You can really fit the way the Warriors play. Smart player, moves the ball, fits really well into that offense, and he's tall. He gives them some size. You can play him in the defensive side. So I think he would fit very well there, but I don't know if they're going to meet his price point either. They obviously are restricted in what they can pay him based on the other side.
Well, whatever they do is going to be on national television a lot. The Warriors have 34 national TV games, not a big change from last year. Here's a look at the biggest changes of national TV games compared to last year. The Pistons and Thunder are the biggest risers, and the Suns are the biggest fallers. Which will be the least squad for the season that people are really excited to see. The Sixers will be on.
Listen, we have not talked enough about Victor Wembanyama coming back. I think they're going to miss Chris Paul a little bit, but I'm excited to see De'Aaron Fox running the break with that guy out there. And having him back and healthy in this league, the scary situation we had last year, the blood clots, but he is just scratching the surface. And Victor, in 5 years, I don't know if anyone can wrap their head around how good he's going to be.
Yeah, Mark, who's your kneecap team?
We're going with the Orlando Magic. I know I've been pushing the Magic a lot this offseason. I think Kyle's going to be an MVP candidate. Wagner is going to be an all-star. The trade they made is huge. I just think they're really going to take the next step. And they're fun to watch. Paolo, I think a lot of people are not educated on how much fun he is because the Magic run on TV. On the TV a lot more, but if you got the league pass, hey, tune in, the Magic put on the show.
I heard that really touchy song a little bit. I can't talk to you either. You're on the top of your league capture. Who are you excited to watch this week?
I know everybody's going to say I'm being biased, but I'm not being biased, I'm just being nice. Without being biased, I'm just being nice. I will take a look and I will keep my eyes focused on the Miami Heat.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? I might even stop by practice to keep my eyes even focused. But this is a lot. This is this is a team where I'll say these guys are good at scoring, but they've been in the top 5, top 10 defensively every year. This is a situation where you bring in a guy who can put the ball in the hole and on the power. You have a guy like Tyler Hero, who's former 6-man here, who can put up a dub in his sheet. You got Bam Adebayo who plays both sides of the basketball court. You tell a lot to come back with some experience after last year. You also have Wing getting here up under his court.
100 feet tall. This is 100 feet tall. Bigger than a building. Look, Daddy. Bigger than the buildings, Daddy.
Everybody's not going to score 20 points on just every
I
night.
talk about that.
And this makes the team dynamic. If they can continue to defend at the rate that they've been able to defend, I have no doubt, like the coach and most, they're going to put the boys in a position to be successful. I think.
And when you caught a little press, all three of us actually are also going to be exciting to watch.
It's always good for us when the lead is good.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Want to take your gaming to the cosmic level? This must-have Alienware gaming gear is otherworldly. The Alienware 16X Aurora gaming laptop delivers the essentials, striking a perfect balance between performance and portability, all in its sleek, compact design. The Alienware Area 51 gaming laptop shines bright too.
Arrive in Europe, all of a sudden has a huge video in Earth looking behind the jet miles.
Thanks for tuning in this Wednesday. 2K Sports presents the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me at the table, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And we've also got Hall of Famer David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
3 hours. Yeah, I would spend the entire trip like, where are you going on vacation? Nowhere. I'm in the lab. Who are you going on vacation? You're not going on. I'm in the lab getting ready. I see all 22 positions we got there. What are you doing?
Tip-off goes to Charlotte. Outside Anthony. Is rebounded by O'Neal. No good that time. Good work defensively by Worthy. Stolen by Gay. Davis with it. Now Anthony defending. And they get it back.
I called your bluff, and I called.
Here's Nash, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Steve Nash. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first.
In the room where it happened, the Ravens have the #1 QB room, according to Mike Clayton's position and ranking.
Up top, Worthy.
That's it. But that's good. We took through. Not for the top. One of the few races that have been in top 5. Ravens
Shot clock at 6.
Since we were talking about backup, Ravens still made you all have backup quarterbacks to start of the month again. So that part's okay. Super rock for Baltimore, mid position for Buffalo, and guard for Michigan, and then your guy Bailey Zappi is the third. So we can't say this is about the backups, because I think most people think Gardner's the best backup. You know what I mean? For this team, who's got Cooper Rush, he wasn't saying you do what Dak Prescott did with other people saying 4 years ago. I have no idea. So here's the problem.
Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition to
So how do they win these games?
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game.
Here's how the Chiefs did.
That one misses for Booker.
And we'll try it.
When it comes to design
running back 31st. That's the problem. Wide receiver above average, tight end really good. Offensive line exactly average. Defensive line above average, and disaster. Linebacker, cornerback, great safety disaster. So how do they win?
that one misses. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side. But when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Overlooked in the mainstream media. In the know how good of a defender he is.
But
And the home team
it wasn't a big deal before. I got you. But now, Mexico busted it. Like the Honey Bunny chicken biscuit, they'll never get breakfast again. Breakfast for a buck? Gotta be ready.
It sends him to the line.
They win because
And
they
Richard
have
talking
a
about
good
Anthony
team
Davis for a second.
that plays fundamentally sound football, never
in the NBA.
aside from the Super Bowl, gets blown out, and if it's well played, and so, do I think the idea of the Chiefs as the third best quarterback room is disrespectful to Mahomes? I do find it disrespectful to Mahomes.
Look, I am obviously the Ravens guy on the show. I love Lamar, but this is just wrong. You gotta have this is like, and I hate to use this comparison because he is not the James Harden of the NFL. However, it looks like saying James Harden is very successful. James Harden has a phenomenal
Westbrook with it.
but Harden's got a phenomenal regular season. A lot of it is regular stuff, but in the playoffs he hasn't gotten it done. Again, I'm not putting him on that category because he's obviously
Yeah, like he's losing stuff, they do scratches on his neck.
Until he gets over the hump. And I actually think that I've been Mahomes to get I've been seeing the quarterback, and I think people go down with that. I gotta stay away from that reward that Lamar could actually get them to make the score here. Lamar is clearly getting better here. And if he starts racking up the Super Bowl against
Yeah, sure, no problem, my boy. What's up? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. How you living? How you living? You rocking with me? I'm rocking with you.
He can roll throughout the rest of the game.
So, if Lamar can be the best quarterback, then there's no reason they should win. Like, they should run away from the field. And the overall number one is they have the best roster. And I think Mahomes, like, what happened?
That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Don't get run over, don't get what you're coming through. That guy's going to win the game for it. And that's what he's doing.
And it's Miles with the rebound.
Panic a bit in their own game plan and the whole thing they're doing because they feel like they can't get the ball back and there's different factors of it. Again, none of these players feel like when you look at the Los Angeles Lakers, the teams that they play year in, year out. There's those centers like Baltimore, Buffalo, Cincinnati that they've seen play every single year and typically they also, you can see them tighten up a bit against Kansas, and that's what the action is on.
Guys, what's your take on
I can't wait to
Yeah, and then can I ask you, I have no draft again. Can I make a request?
Making it as difficult
Can I make a request? Whatever the right stuff.
The market just moved. Bruce got it back.
Now do
whatever this graphic is telling me, I hate this graphic. Statistically, you can't make them. So hold on. Just tell us that you believe it.
Oh, I definitely believe it.
Okay, I hate to say it.
I don't know what the backboard.
It's not nice. A lot of these articles that have been reading up in every quarterback ranking, since Mahomes has been the most successful quarterback in the last 2 years, they're always trying to poke holes in the most successful
with why don't you have him at number 1? And they kind of always point to the same statistics that we kind of look at the team has. So this is air yards per completion last year. Bo Nix was 32. Gardner Minshew was 33. Mac Jones was 34. Patrick Mahomes was 35. Oh, I don't think this graphic. Okay, good. I mean, that's when by week 5, you're without your top 3 receivers and you're on your 3rd different left tackle, you by necessity have to turn into a ding dong ball. And it is a testament to Mahomes' malleability that even when this was the backbone ground that he had to work with, they found a way to be as good as they were. Like, this is concerning for players who've never been at the top of this category. So unless people believe, and I don't think anyone believes this, Mahomes is not, you know what? He hurt his elbow and didn't tell us about it. He just doesn't have a strong arm. Like, when we've seen someone be number 1 in this category the moment they come in the league, and very good in this category 2 years ago.
Come on, bro. Hey, stop the dumb shit.
Then I feel like that was situational and not because he himself called it abnormal. Yeah. But don't you agree, Brew? Like that was the way the Chiefs had to play offense in order to thrive, in order to win games. But it's not because Mahomes can't play a different way.
Trying to play, bro? What's your
Mahomes, because of his history of what we've seen him do, you don't overreact to something.
So I just turned going to
Go, Caleb. What's your take?
And I'm starting to get hot, Daddy.
The wide receivers were banged up. I think a fall to Mac Jones levels was a steep fall.
Ooh. How, bro? I didn't even do anything. I didn't quit. He did. Wow. Are you kidding me? You gotta be kidding me.
This is the body pod. You've probably seen it almost every gym. It uses advanced
Yo, these niggas just banned me for an hour. And the other nigga quit. And I didn't even quit.
It'll scan your whole body in just 20 seconds.
What the fuck?
Because it gives you precise insights and feedback.
These niggas goofy as hell, bro. I promise you.
It allows you to track your progress and stay on
Bro, we only got 2 weeks left anyway. 2 weeks left on this shit ass game.
It's more accurate than smart scale. It measures your full body.
That's retarded.
If you are on a
I was just about to play this dude.
Make sure to get the body pod.
That's 30,000, that's 30 minutes.
I was about to play this dude.
That's really
What's the? I need to see this. I need to see him climb this. I need to see him go along. I am not willing. I'll say it. I think it's probably an oversimplification to say the wide receivers were injured. And that's it. No, I think it was less about wide receivers being injured and more about not having time to throw. And more about, to me, that is a first cousin of the, he got hit more last year than any year of his career. Took more sacks. I think it was, I don't trust that I'm going to have clean feet and room here, so we're just going to do that. I think, to me, that's as much as, if anything, of the wide receiver. I think that's right.
What trumps that, though, is that they kept winning. Like, that's the bottom. And it'd be one thing if you could point to other parts of the team that were just awesome. Like, if they had a Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley. And even defensively, they didn't have a ton of all pros or pro bowlers or whatever. Then you could say, they're kind of carrying Mahomes.
Bro, I can't even play, bro. They
the engine to that machine.
They banned me for an hour.
They still won 15 games and got to the Super Bowl. So everybody likes it.
Because the other nigga quit, not even me, bro. I ain't even fucking quit.
Why do you get banned for no reason? Y'all get the
You smile at the camera and say,
yeah, you're not banned for no reason.
No, you're not.
when it comes down to it, I'm
not done yet.
That is important.
But here's the difference, because you're talking about the guy Jalen.
I got when his man is on.
The difference is if Mahomes had never put up the circus numbers.
I mean, y'all body ain't right.
With the 3 Super Bowls, we would not regard him as the best quarterback in the league.
If Mahomes
like Brady
and we're about to show the Eagles' positional rankings. If the Chiefs' positional rankings, instead of being littered with 31, 31, 25, was littered with first, second, third, that would also change it. So it is the similarity is they both won under the circumstances they were dealt. The differences are everything else. That's it.
First round of the Eastern Conference playoffs.
Ranking in the top 5 in 6 different positions.
Are down 2 games to 3 with the opportunity to prove themselves to the league. They're favorites, and most importantly, themselves. It's a pivotal must-win battle against the Pistons.
Because when you understand
round 1 of the NBA playoffs continues.
For them or for anyone?
For them.
It's been an absolute
they have to win the Super Bowl. When you put the defending champions, when you got those rankings that you just showed, you got basically the whole team back, and essentially everybody did their first the whole offense. The defense they lost. Right. But a few of the guys you expect to actually improve in the defensive backfield. So, I'll define it this way, because you may say, oh, weak season, 12 wins, because the NFC Championship is playing. I mean, what is going to make you happy at the end of the year? That's and if they get to the Super Bowl and lose, they're not going to be happy. That's it. So for them, success is a Super Bowl. I think they have a good chance to do it. I certainly will not guarantee it. They have 2 repeat champions this century. So, I'm not guaranteeing success to go to the It'll be really good.
Getting to the NFC Championship game would be tough.
Because here's the early story. Let's say, let me paint this scenario. They turn the offense over to Jalen and he throws. He throws for 36 touchdowns. They are the 1-2 unlike last year. They get back to the Super Bowl, and they could do a job. You know what I mean? Because that's like a new rivalry. Yes, of course. In the days and even weeks after the game, they're devastated. We had a chance to go back to that. But do they consider it success that they are now an undoubtable forward? Proven commodity of we are the class of all time. We've been the
oh my God, there's no way.
That guy, like, to me, but I think I agree. When we talk success, I think a player on the worst team in the league, after a few weeks after the season, when he's chilling on the beach and with all those millions of dollars, he's like, I get that. I'm talking about on the football field. And the goal is not to be the class of the NBA. The goal is to win as many Super Bowls as you can. And after you've done it, I just don't think losing.
But like, if they walk to the Lions, I don't think they would bring out other parade out there obviously, but like we are just consistently in the mix. Like as a Patriots fan, like we're always in the mix. It's not like
the young people watching the Patriots used to be good. Like they have a lot of scratch. That was a decade ago. Well, you guys. But it's not that we swim up here. I think that the more things have to be graduated to the Chiefs level, which is because what Drew is saying. Let's pretend last year the Chiefs weren't going for a 3-peat, which kind of compounded how painful that loss was.
Everyone's out here with their little 50-watt chargers, but this bad boy has got 120 watts.
Last year for me, if the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl this year, it will not feel like this. I don't care what they do. You know what I mean? Because
So the question with the Chiefs right now are the only team I do that way. You don't think the Eagles? I don't think they've been two of the last two. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. The question is, have they graduated to that level? Because I don't do the Ravens that way. I don't do the Bills that way.
Well, let's look at the Ravens. I mean, I get it that Lamar hasn't been to the Super Bowl. But if they get to the Super Bowl, then
it's a wildly successful year.
What if they don't beat Mahomes? Like, say Josh Allen Mahomes or somebody.
They're going to have to beat somebody else.
I get it. I just think, and I agree, I'll be at the top. I would put Philly at that tier, I'm saying. You're not quite a tier, but you're on that tier. Like, I definitely do have to think of what is going to be a successful season. It's the Super Bowl versus
so in control of the game. West keeping the defense off balance with that pass.
And Jordy Fernandez has called a timeout. Wants to talk some things over. One of the things I had said that Jalen's mom, when she and I had that conversation with Cooper, said, I was like, listen, did I say your son was the winner of the Eagles offense? I was like, yes. I was like, but that sounds worse than it means if my belief is they're top three in every other thing on offense, and then on the top three quarterbacks. This is like it was a good conversation. I was being accused of having said something like hadn't said. So like I did not say that, but I did say that. But when you get frustrated, some of the Jalen conversation, this graphic is what is used. Like, yeah. He's really good, but he is divine intervention on defense like, tonight, I guess. His position, thank you, David. The pieces around him are better in comparison to everything. My argument to that is you disagree. You think he makes Saquon better than that is one reason I had a historic year thanks to Jalen. Same reason I think Derrick Henry had a historic year thanks to Lamar Jackson. Derrick Henry is on an open market and like that probably why. I don't know if I know it's going to be great. I think some of that too. Saquon and Jalen and we're probably straight getting and he knows. I would say it's because they're offensive line. And it's how they all help each other. Separate his ground. No, I say it. You're on timeout. You cannot put it on sports television that is the serious isolation between the whole team. That's not the play here. You can't do that. I'm saying Baltimore. You can't say it. They all help each other in the Eagles team. They are. Never advise with the ground. There's no why was he trying to make sure Denzel wasn't talking about it? There's no chance Denzel Washington was talking about it. Well, first of all, or me. If he says, I'm feeling down. I think Denzel would like it. Doesn't seem like it, though. But go ahead. Let's keep going. If you didn't hear this, before we get to your other internet, Denzel Washington is upset about it. When you're a senior, it's kind of hard. Oh, you know, some skinny kids out here. Too skinny and lose money as a young year. Oh, not great. Yeah, I don't know what it was. Yeah, I don't know. Let's keep going. Look, Jake's not kidding. No, he's rich. No, he's right. That's why he's oversized. He goes so Anthony Abel is Mike for football guy. Question the timing of the two suspension. I'm not saying I'm just curious on it.
How do you get bombed? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Making focus was on Twitter. By Mr. Boyle and passed it out online and then. Yeah, listen, he and I talk, and as Mike is saying, what Mike is saying is, hey, very important people in the NFL, not league office, but in the NFL, are the ones saying,
I'm no conspiracy theorist, but this short is 50.
Give me that shit.
He's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Brooklyn. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Back to the action in just a minute.
There is no time, because the argument is he is being, they are delaying the suspension either to play his television partner or to help the Chiefs. Brew said yesterday, I think a lot of people agree, I think the Chiefs actually agree with you, not me, that they'd rather it be immediate. You know, I said I actually liked it until the very beginning. You think it's bad for you, but it's hard to do whether delaying it actually helps. The thing that is making sure that national TV. This is what I said to Mike earlier real quick. Guys, the schedule's out there. Find me the pocket of games that were too light to be suspended that doesn't conflict with a bunch of national TV. So we'll just go first quarter of the season. And everyone's like, oh, I think YouTube game, hour or two, game on the Fox Sunday night football.
Then there's
League TV partners don't want to suspend that. What's the next one? Because it is the Chiefs. Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, kind of an all game, and then back on Monday Night Football. What's the next game look like for the Chiefs? Biggest game of the year on CBS, another 4:30 game on CBS, non-straight game, and then Thanksgiving against the Cowboys, which you now like going to miss. And in the last 5, where this is a flex, this is a football, it's guaranteed prime time, including Christmas Day. And here is the last and most important point. And this is what I said to Mike.
He just needs the ball. And
there's not a single person that's going to go watching the Chiefs this year. It's like, wait. Where James not playing, not watching the game. Like, it's a silly conspiracy theory for anyone, but it's laughable. And I want to write the play that he's going to impact the television. And so, peddling it on the World City Football website, like I said to Mike, I think it's fascinating. I think football talk is read by everyone. I think it's really important. I agree with you, because I said I don't think it's good for the Chiefs. But I don't understand why it's different. Can I just tell you real quick? It's delayed because the NFL wanted to implement a stiffer. The NFL and the NFL could not agree on.
Get the fuck out of here. That nigga ain't have no space.
So, like, it's honestly, if you really dive into it, it's because of the supporting the NBA.
I don't know, you know what's crazy? Sometimes when you sleep and stuff, like, you wake up with random cuts on you, like, I don't know. Yeah, be weird. I be having those all the time.
It's deflected. Next ball as Brooklyn keeps possession.
Get some finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Pippen with the bucket. And so it's Frazier. Bring it up to the Pistons. Trailing him out. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Pippen. Changes for Brooklyn. Shaq is checked in for Young. Nash is subbing for Paul. And here in the second quarter of action with that.
I want to stress that I have absolutely no clue about whether or not it is going to be my career. Still my career when it comes to podcast. But I would say 99%. But let's talk about why we can predictably tell my career and my career ended why my career okay, so let's talk about this. One, I feel like
put it on the chair, Lolo. Put it on the chair.
West is checked in for Detroit.
And, you know, there's been a lot of debate about, oh, well, you know, how often
is the second quarter.
You know, all that's unrealistic to have, you know my players compliment. Keep in mind, you get the same people that run around with their cats, and are, you know, everything else. Things before mascots running around drinking and doing that. Like, so it's this whole thing. It's really just about
5 to shoot.
And this should be a win against Colorado.
Fades. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Well, if the defense gives them that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
And out of bounds is Brooklyn gains possession.
Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
Pierce is checked in for Detroit. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Good.
Every aspect of Giannis's game showing tonight, just unreal.
Pass to West. This is his first free throw of the game. And the first one goes. And that one goes in, too, from the line that time.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
It's Nash with the drive. It doesn't go for him. West with some nice D. Pistons trail by 7. Rebound, Brooklyn. Sheep's got his 6th rebound on the night. Nash outside. 6 to shoot. Detroit with the rebound. Parrish has got 4 rebounds in this game. On D, Bryant gets the three-pointer to fall. Kobe's got 8.
You gotta be right on Kobe because he is ready to pull it
That's his screen on West. Nash wishes to Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. First up top, guarded by Pippen. The shot by Pierce.
Look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start breaking down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Bro, teachers and racing stuff, everything's on video games.
The first one falls for him.
I think what makes Giannis special is how uncomplicated he is. The man is just an incredible, pure athlete who simply loves the game of basketball. That's all there is to it.
Olajuwon's checked in for the Pistons. Worthy comes in for Paul Pierce. And a change for the Nets. Now he's checked back in. Olajuwon gets in, coming off an assist from Bryant. 54 seconds left in the first half of the game. Nash against West. Nash shoots the Pippen. Shoots over Worthy. Pippen, no. Pistons trail by 5. Inside.
What happened on the way?
What happened?
One-handed slam.
Guys, when it's a 10-ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Now here's Pippen. 10 points for him. Kicks it out to Giannis. Pass to Yao. The offensive rebound. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
More aggressiveness now than they're making 0 trips to the line in the first quarter.
The Nets have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2. The first one falls.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more physical.
You know, there's going to be a all-star here by
And both free throws good for Giannis.
You know, you just want to
15 seconds left to play in the first half. To the wing on the left. Here's West. And foul as he goes to the line. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2. That's on Shaq.
You know what? Nice job there on the attack at the rim, drawing the contact.
He hits the second from the line. 6 seconds left here in the second. 1 second left. And that one released in time, but no good. Now there's Antetokounmpo. He's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Brooklyn. His production has been full as he's tallied 20 points and looks to be planning for more. Now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, David.
Thanks very much. With J.B. Bickerstaff, Coach, what will be the areas of emphasis on defense in the second half?
Well, we got to do a much better job just being physical, fighting them deep down in the post. We got to be very aggressive early, not letting them get deep post catches, make them have to kick the basketball out, not take the
Anthony Davis and LeBron James just hit NBA rumor mill fire, all because of one Instagram. Are we looking at a possible reunion, or is this just social media drama? Let's break it down. On the same day, Anthony Davis was down with the Dallas Mavericks, and LeBron James and the Lakers posted the exact same message on Instagram. It read, "Becoming the best version of yourself comes with a lot of goodbyes. No extra explanation, no context, just that." And of course, NBA fans went wild. Some think it's about personal growth, others are convinced it's a hint about their future plans in the league. Remember, Anthony Davis is fresh off a blockbuster trade earlier this year that sent him from the Lakers to the Mavericks in exchange for Luka Doncic. He's currently recovering from eye surgery after the detached retina, but before saying he's fully ready for training camp, the Mavericks are betting big on him to be a dominant defensive anchor next to Kyrie Irving. And some analysts are even predicting the MVP conversation at the same time. So why is everyone linking him back to LeBron? Well, aside from the matching post, LeBron has been visibly frustrated with the Lakers' current roster move. And with free agency still a hot topic, there's been buzz about him possibly joining forces with Davis and Kyrie in Dallas. Now, is that likely? Probably not this season. LeBron is still under contract with the Lakers, but the NBA is unpredictable. If you learn anything, it's that big moves can happen when you least expect. Here's the truth. There's no concrete evidence.
Breaking news, we have a trade, actually kind of an interesting one, not the big headline name, but the Miami Heat and Brooklyn Nets make a move for both teams that want to be the big bucket at large. Young privilege, the basketball bulletin. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications as well. But of course, 70% of you, you're not subscribed, let's fix that. Hit that subscribe button.
And that's good. It's the Nets now.
Big time. Just the balance of power around the third day. No, this is how we don't feel. We've got the Miami Heat trading Hayden Highsmith and a 2032 second round pick to the Brooklyn Nets for a protected 2023 second round pick. I believe it's a top 55 second. In other words, it's what we call a nothing something. It's something just because something has to be in the trade. You don't trust that. But really, it's actually nothing.
You know what? I should laugh at this. The guys are
West has got 13 points.
Every shot he takes is going in. And I tell you what, on a night like this, he may be right.
Here's Hastings. Excellent defense for the
and then I send along this blanket before and after.
And have a basketball just over a minute played so far. This ball movement by Detroit. Jacoby fires the three. Pressed against Nash. Pass to Pippen. And the foul on Elton Brand.
Are you talking about running Gate?
I wasn't, but again, I think he was also a 50-good pick.
He's made the decision. He wants to.
Brooklyn has remained active in trade conversations with the league and new teams with remaining significant cap space, and takes Highsmith in with an unprotected second rounder, and that's also required first with something that he has second round pick. So, I mean, the Nets side of this, Donnie, is very, very simple. The Nets are adding Hayden Highsmith at $5.6 billion as an expiring contract for this year. So no long-term money coming out of their books, but in exchange for taking on Hayden Highsmith, the Nets are going to wind up getting a second-round pick as payment. And that's not, if Hayden Highsmith was going to play,
Big
started,
deal.
almost half the games to be played last season, or actually a little bit over,
getting that
half the
big
games to be played last
position
season
and
for
then just
Miami.
muscle
And it's just
through.
$5.6 million as a wage.
Here's
Like,
West.
it would be
Sweet
impossible
move.
if the Nets are full thankful
The
for them to
rebound by
actually
Pippen.
flip him
Only
mid-season
20%
and turn him
shooting
into
in
something
this
else.
one.
Like, he's the type of switchy wing type player that
Harris
he's
grabs the ball.
interested in. So
Pistons
I
trail
wouldn't
by
put it past the
6.
Nets for what they're going to do. Other value, but at the very least, they paid $5.6 million for a serviceable player, and they get their feet good. They get a second round pick.
Pippen, the pass to Hastings. Over Bryant.
Oh my God.
Hastings, no good.
Boy, he cannot get anything to fall with the teammates. Boy, have they delivered.
Two shots coming up at the line as
Oh,
he's
the
fouled on the
foul.
shot.
One of the most versatile scorers at that forward position. Big game James always seems to make the most out of any situation.
Welcome back to Jill's Arena presented Good to be back home. As always, you got the ladies here with the Arena here with us.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to the most.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Here's West. The rebound by the Nets.
Let's give some credit to the defense for having the ball in the stretch right now because they're refusing to let him get
Yes, that's good.
It's not going to happen anytime soon, but we got a special guest making his second appearance in the arena. Host of the Stephen A. Smith Show on YouTube and anywhere you get your podcast. New York Times best-selling author. We take kids to the #1 morning show first page. And very soon we're going to get 2 new shows. The Stephen Extended exclusively, including the Daily Sports Show, Lord the Weekly Show focused on current events, pop culture, and social commentary. We got more time in the Heavy family for everybody. All my little Heavy fans out there. How y'all doing? So you were just for a while when you came back on the mark. And now you back here again. First of all, I was busy. But I promised him I would come and I came. And in this particular time, I rearranged my schedule just to be sure. Okay. I'm here now. You all right? We don't need your help.
Nigga Stephen A. act like
giving up easy wins. I mentioned in your intro, they working. Back in March, you get a 5-year stint with ESPN for some FU level Brett King. You also agree to a multi-year deal with SiriusXM and do 2 shows exclusively on their platform. Stephen A. Smith Show was launched September 2nd. It's great.
oh my God.
So why did you decide to go back to the radio game and allow the show covering top of PL or #1?
Oh my God, and they get a foul, bro. What the fuck, man?
So you want to do $6 and other people sharing the problem. That's one thing. Another part about it. The other part about it is that, I'm the kind of person that I don't have. So we're doing radio, like it's live. I'm Mad Dog Sports Radio, leading in the Mad Dog Game Show. I'm taking calls. You got something to say right there, Not only that, after him, so it's one of the peaceful. Then he comes on 3 to 6, and we go 8, and anytime I want to, but then went on 3 to 6. That I even not keep the dress. I can go back on the air and dress again.
Trash ass nigga. He was mistakenly fooled, nigga.
Always leading, always trying to create for others.
And so I don't mind working hard. Hell, I couldn't.
Shakarias.
So it's one of the situations where, I'm not on my grind and I'm doing what I did. I've been doing this for a long time. Radio is really
Hey! What is you doing all that screaming for, nigga? Calm your ass down.
But not scary ass.
Oh my God.
Let's take a second look at that fantastic
To me, the
play.
hard part
And
is
head
just
line
taking
was
stuff and doing
something.
stuff that
It's the
absolutely
players
holds
in
today
every
this week, bro.
possession and
Like what I
defensive
do on the
stop
show on
matters.
Monday, and then you don't see me till Thursday. That content has to live and be relevant through Tuesday,
There's
through Wednesday,
1:38
through
left in the
Thursday.
third quarter.
I don't have to worry about it down in that field.
Bryant, that's for
Because
two.
the difference
And
is, like,
Detroit
this
up
doesn't
ahead with
happen
the
every
lead.
day. All right, it's my turn to come over here now, based off of what happened last night or something like that. Here I am. So I like that level of relevance because
We're
it keeps
inside.
me
The
confident
shot's good
and
from
relevant.
Hastings. Hastings got 6
So
points in the
how is it
quarter.
being
You know, you have to like that he's still getting quality touches. He's delivering now after getting blanked in the first half.
2004, Acctivated Creations has been North Carolina's premier source for the audio-video solutions for residential and commercial projects. We rely on top brands such as Control 4 for ultimate home automation solutions, from home automation and home house audio, home controls and home theater. Acctivated Creations professional team is dedicated to designing and installing cutting-edge advanced systems and easy-to-use technology. Acctivated Creations, audio video integrated. Call today.
Back up.
Oh, shit!
I
don't think so.
Craig with a terrific feel for each other. Pass to Hastings. Oh, good on the triple. Worthy feeling it out a bit. The 19-footer is on the money. Now it's a 3-point Detroit lead. Now here's Nash. It's stolen by Bryant. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game. Neither team giving ground. The Pistons on top. They're up by 3.
Journalism etiquette is and all
It's
this
time
other
to bring
stuff.
up the State
As a
Farm
result,
assist
y'all
of the
niggas
game.
ignoring the people's territory. When I was a reporter, I was like, I'm not going back. Go back and look at my history. There's a lot of times, no matter how hard and criticize me. Come on.
Well, it doesn't get much better than playoff basketball. Let's get back to the action here in round 1. On the court for the Nets in the fourth quarter going. English is out there with Pippen. And there's Zhao. And it's Chris Paul. As Hastings at the 2.
Give it out. Come on, Chris. That's it.
And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Hastings, that's good. Let's look at the energy stats. How the Russell game has been going for the Nets.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
Something else that they've had working for them is attacking the offensive glass.
When I got named the general college of Philadelphia Club, at that time, I was the 21st African American in this country's history at that time. The Will Bonds of the world, Mike Will Bonds, Bill Rose, and Kevin Black.
Come on, there's no way in hell.
When it happened,
fade away.
Realize this is 2003, 1970, this is 2003. You understand that you didn't have a license.
Yeah, well, you scratched it off.
Unless you get caught. So in order to express your thoughts and perspectives,
the Pistons lead by 1.
And fantastic work from Brand. You see how polished and comfortable he is inside.
Frazier against Paul. Pass to Pippen. Shot clock at 6. Rebounded by the Pistons. To the inside. Harris. And it's Parrish with the jam.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Paul passes to Pippen. No good from outside. Detroit leading by 3. 4-on-3 break. And here's Bryant for 3. Kobe from deep.
And showing the range there. Bryant is confident pulling from deep.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately. For the Pistons, Olajuwon's checked in for Parrish. Worthy comes in for Pierce. And West subs in for Frazier. Then, for the Nets, O'Neal's checked in for Yao. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for English. Nash is subbed in for Chris Paul. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Owen. David?
Thanks very much. During that last break, I heard Jordi Fernandez as he talked with his team. He loves what they're doing in the paint. He said, if they're not stopping us, keep doing it. Keep going after it down low. Or keep pounding it inside. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated.
You've got to have a short memory. Put a core first half in your rear view and now make an impact.
And here's West from the arc. Nets trail by 5. Now, Antetokounmpo. Pass to Hastings. No good with the triple. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Olajuwon. Buries it down low. And the Pistons lead by 7.
Oh, textbook there by Brand on the pass. Spotting an open teammate and just getting it to him in rhythm.
You know, he almost pulled the trigger on that possession, but recognized that there was a better option. That's what we need by playing for your teammates.
Olajuwon, left side. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss.
The defense not a factor there. Very surprising he couldn't capitalize.
Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Now just a 3-point Detroit lead. And so it's West with it. He brings it up for the Pistons. Outside, Kobe. 1:51 left in the 4th quarter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
The motor of Bryant never stops, even inside where he goes right at the deep.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
Yeah, 2-possession game now after knocking both of those down.
O'Neal against Olajuwon. Here's Hastings. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Hakeem Olajuwon. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Pistons.
They've been running away from the defense all game. I mean, loads of points here off the fast break, and the opposition just hasn't been able to adjust to that aggressive play style.
I think one of the things that also strikes me is their activity forcing turnovers, coming up with steals. It has really shaped the tenor of this game.
So he gets them both.
He is absolutely the guy you want at the line in that situation. It just shows you how much he loves these moments.
West kicks it over to Worthy. And here's Bryant outside. Traps in the train. Kobe's got a pair of threes here in the 4th quarter for the Pistons.
Coming through with it.
I can't believe you made that.
You got to stay on top of it. So for me, that's something I do naturally. all the time. I'm constantly aware of whatever's percolating in the street. And I go to sleep with it on my mind with an idea of what I want to touch on. But then I wake up the next day and am I correct?
Down to 3 on the bucket from Hastings.
And very few guys can move the ball like that. He knows where his shooters are at all times and makes feeding them look easy.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Pippen the pass to Nash. Here's Hastings. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
When you gonna stop all that snarling and shit with the bad? I can't believe it. Bro, I'm out there, bro. I'm telling you, bro. You better not let me get this stop. Yo, I'm cooked.
That they're going to.
You better not let me get this stop for me.
I wake up every morning, 6:30, get a little exercise, got my morning routine at 7:30, formulating the rundown for first take, studying before I go on the air for first take, studying, making sure that the rundown for the show, the other shows that I'm going to do, is in place. First take.
Oh my God. Ain't that shit?
Get that out the way. But if I'm in the car, I'm listening to sports news. If I'm sitting down, I'm reading sports news. If I'm watching television, I'm watching sports news. I'm one of those guys that I'm constantly on. There are exceptions. You get your 100 with some exceptions. If you just children, that's an exception. But for the most part, that's the
people don't understand like that. They won't allow, starting a podcast and going and helping the NBA to like keep like practice. They're not going to expect the athletes to become journalists. Right? Because they are journalists. They got degrees, they need school for the job they get.
And what's their best move at this point?
No time to waste here. Quick bucket and a foul.
Everybody has got to be in the exact perfect position defensively, and execution has got to be on point.
And that's an intentional foul.
4 personal fouls. 15 fouls.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
Taking 2 shots.
That's off as well, so he misses both. And they're going to move on to the conference semifinals. It took them 6 games to do it, Greg, but
we are bringing the community together.